In this video, I will be covering every single Mario Kart Nintendo has gave us over the past 30 years. With Mario Kart World right around the corner, I think it's only right we take a look at everything that came before it. Now in this video, I'll be placing each game in a specific ranking that I think it belongs. Make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss any other rankings. Without further ado, let's head to the track. First up on the list, we have Super Mario Kart on the SNES. Releasing in 1992, almost 30 years from the time of this recording. So of course the graphics are going to show, but this is what kicked off the whole Mario Kart franchise. So of course we have to show it some love. In this first installment we saw 8 characters. Of course we have Mario, Luigi, Peach, Toad, Bowser, Donkey Kong Jr., and finally Koopa Troopa. They also gave us 4 different cups to race in with 5 tracks in each cup for a total of 20 tracks. Although they're basically 5 tracks slightly changed. But what do you expect from a game from 1992? This game introduced many tracks that we all know and play today, like Mario Circuit, Ghost Valley, Bowser's Castle, and of course Rainbow Road. You could race all these tracks at 50, 100, and 150cc, obviously making the tracks just a little bit faster. Although there were no bikes at this time, just your standard cars, so you just pick your favorite character and go. Now, this is the hardest one to rank just because it's the first of its kind. We've never seen a Mario Kart up to this point, and this is obviously what kicked off the whole franchise that we're still playing how many years later. It does have a lot of features missing that obviously they added down the road, and for the nostalgia factor, I feel like I gotta put it higher up on this list, but there's a reason Mario Kart is still so popular. I'm gonna have to go ahead and put this one at our number 8 spot. I know for all the grandpas ready to attack me in the comments, I just don't think this holds up to what we got in the future. Now next up on the list we have Mario Kart 64, which released only 4 years after Super Mario Circuit on, you probably could have guessed it, the Nintendo 64. Now this was a huge game at the time, this being the first 3D Mario Kart of the franchise. Similar to Super Mario Kart, there are 8 racers, but Koopa Troopa and Donkey Kong Jr. got subbed out by the actual original Donkey Kong and my favorite Mario character of all time, Wario. With the new 3D aspect in this game, it completely changed the tracks from the last one, giving us completely realistic mountains, tracks, characters, well, at least for the time. And similar to the last one, this one also gave us so many iconic tracks, like Toad's Turnpike, DK's Jungle Parkway, so much more. It's safe to say this was a huge upgrade. Another important thing they added was the drift boost, which completely changed the game even today. Now, the races still consisted of 50, 100, and 150cc, but also including the mirror mode, where everything is flipped around and you're basically driving the track backwards. And as far as new items go, they added the spiny shell that we all love and hate. Now, I'm sure you guys could already tell, but Mario Kart 64 is going to be just a little bit higher up on my list with a huge jump from Super Mario Kart, with all the new additions, the new items, the new characters, and especially the tracks. Incredible game. That's why I'm going to have to giving Mario Kart 64 the number 4 spot. For our third game, we have Mario Kart Super Circuit, which is actually the first handheld game of the series. Releasing in 2001 for the Game Boy Advance, this game introduced 40 tracks, the most we've ever seen in the franchise so far. Now, with that said, it almost seems like a setback for Mario Kart 64, which came out 5 years before. Going from beautiful 3D tracks with hills and mountains back to 2D seems like an interesting move. With Super Circuit, we kept the same racers and no new items to use, but on the upside, they gave us 5 cups instead of the 4 we're used to. Despite the lack of new features, people absolutely loved the tracks. There was so much variety in the tracks, I don't think people cared about the lack of new characters or items. Heading on to the rankings, I'm not feeling too good about Super Circuit. I genuinely think it was such a step down from Mario Kart 64. Although the tracks were good, I'm still going to have to put it in at our number 6 spot, just 2 above Super Circuit. Now, I'm sure a lot of you aren't too happy about that choice, but I'm not calling any of these games bad by any means. I just think some are a lot better than others, and this one just didn't happen to be up there for me. Now, our halfway point in the series is going to be Mario Kart Double Dash. Releasing in 2003 on the GameCube, this game is probably the most unique in all of franchise to date. You're able to have 2 racers on the kart, so you and your little brother can tag team throwing shells at Bowser and Bowser Jr. all day long. This game was way ahead of its time, adding many features that are now a staple in current Mario Kart games. Now, depending on who you choose to race with, you're able to get an exclusive item that is specific to each racer. Mario and Luigi's Fireballs, Peach and Daisy's Heart, Yoshi and Birdo's Eggs, Baby Mario and Luigi's Pet Chain Chomp, Koopa Troopa and Paratroopa's triple green and red shells, Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong's giant banana, Bowser and Bowser Jr.'s Bowser shell, and finally Wario and Waluigi's Bomb. But you're also able to unlock 2 more teams with Toad and Toadette with their golden mushroom and Petey Piranha with King Boo, who are able to use every special item, giving us a total of 20 characters compared to the previous 8, along with 9 new items used in the races. We're already off to a pretty good start, and on top of all that, we're back to 3D. That means beautiful immersive tracks are back. With 4 cups and 20 tracks, this game was something different, and I think I can speak for everyone when I say I would love to see this again in the near future. But now it is time to rank this masterpiece of a game, and this should come to no surprise. This is going to be taking the number 2 spot in our rankings. Next up on the list, we have Mariokart DS that came out 20 years ago in 2005 on the Nintendo DS. Now, Mariokart DS being the second handheld game in the series, they introduced 16 tracks at your standard 50, 100, 150cc and mirror mode, along with the battle mode where they added shine runners, where you try to collect the most shine sprites. Eventually, players will be eliminated with the least amount of shines. Mario Kart DS adds one of the best items that you can get, and I'm sure you all guessed it, Bullet Bill. If you were trailing pretty bad in a race, you were likely to get a Bullet Bill and fly right past everyone, giving yourself a second chance. Oh, and they also added the blooper. As far as racers go, the new ones are Dry Bones, Rob, and Shy Guy. There's also the new mission mode where you complete different tasks such as collecting coins or attacking enemies. You would complete the task, then move on to the next levels, where at the end you would earn a bonus level. Now, for the most important part, where am I going to put Mario Kart DS? Am I going to put it at first? Am I going to put it at 5th? No. A lot of you are going to be very, very upset with this choice, but I'm going to be putting it right above Super Mario Kart at number 7. Now, with 3 games left on the list, we have one of the best games of all time, Mario Kart Wii. Releasing in 2008 on the Wii. Now, as far as nostalgia goes, this one definitely hits pretty hard. This is where I started my love for Mario Kart, so I might be a little biased in the rankings, but there is just something so special about this game. Using the big wheel to turn like you're really driving when you're 5 years old, it's just something special. There's a total of 16 brand new tracks along with 16 returning tracks, where you can play as 26 characters, the most we have ever seen leading up to this point. It introduced new items, new mechanics, and so much more. But the most important thing they added was the bikes. Being able to use bikes changed the game forever, more than any other game has. Being able to take super tight turns, trick over ramps, and wheelie past your opponents, I'm telling you, this game was something else. There are so many unlockables that keep you coming back. First, you start with your standard 4 Grand Prix cups, but getting first place in those will unlock you 4 more cups. You can also race Nintendo Staff Ghosts to unlock more characters and carts. And doing so will unlock you Funky Kong. I'm sure all of you are waiting to hear probably the most used Mario Kart racer of all time, even more than Mario. Even to this day, I dare you to find a player not using Funky Kong. But along with that, we're also introduced to Rosalina, Dry Bowser, and Baby Daisy for the first time. Now, I have nothing bad to say about this game. This game is perfection to me. I cannot express that enough. I might be a little biased, but I feel like I go for everybody that Mario Kart Wii, it's too good. And that's why I'll be putting Mario Kart Wii at our number 1 spot. Now, I don't know if I'm being too biased, so let me know in the comments where you guys would have put it. Now, almost on the finish line, we have Mario Kart 7 releasing on the 3DS in 2011. Now, for those of you who don't know, this game introduced the biggest challenge to 100% complete in the franchise. You needed to collect 20,000 coins to unlock everything. Now, let me put that in perspective. Doing this the most effective way, getting the most amount of coins in the shortest amount of time, would only give you 160 coins per hour. So doing the math, that would on average take you 125 hours just collecting coins. Not to mention playing all the cups. Mario Kart 7 gave us a couple new features as well as a couple new items with the Fire Flower, Lucky 7, and the Super League. Along with that, you are now able to unlock wheels and gliders. The new racers introduced to the series were Metal Mario, Wiggler, Honey Queen, and Lakitu. Although we got all these new additions, they took away the bikes already. Now, the only other new features in Mario Kart 7 were the gyro controls where you're basically first person and drifting with the DS. And if you complete all the cups, you unlock a gold steering wheel that you can only see when you're in this first person mode. Now, the grind that Mario Kart 7 is, I still think it is a very enjoyable game. I just don't think it compares to what we have up here so far. And that's why it's going to be taking our number 5 spot. Now for our last game, I wasn't sure how to go about it. Should I use the normal 8, the deluxe, should I add the DLCs? Me personally, I didn't think it was fair to add 6 DLCs, but technically that's all it came with, so that's what we're going to be taking a look at. Now with regular Mario Kart 8 coming out in 2014 on the Wii U, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe coming out on the Switch in 2017, with the DLC sprinkled in a couple years later, the Switch version is the highest selling Switch game ever, which is pretty impressive and proves it is a staple game. And I agree, the graphics, the maps, the characters are really fun and immersive. There are so many new battle modes never seen before, such as a Bomb on Blast, Renegade Roundup. Now, there was a lot introduced in this game and makes sense why this is the only Mario Kart game we had for over 10 years now. As far as new racers go, we have Lemmy, Larry, Wendy, Ludwig, Izzy, Roy, Morton, Tanuki Mario, Cat Peach, Baby Rosalina, Pink Gold Peach, and collaborations such as Link from Zelda franchise, the Villager and Isabelle from the Animal Crossing franchise, Inkling Girl and Boy from the Splatoon franchise, and a ton more with the DLC. Being able to customize your vehicle in thousands of different combinations gave players many ways to figure out, and for the people who like to grind, you can unlock Gold Mario along with his full kart kit as well. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe added the most fast-paced racing with 200cc being introduced, which was much needed. Including all of the DLC and bonus tracks with 12 cups in the normal game and 12 cups with the DLC, giving us a whopping 96 tracks. Now, it's safe to say Mario Kart 8 is by far the biggest game in the franchise, but with only one spot remaining, it's no surprise that it's going to take the number 3 spot. I love this game. I'm super excited for Mario Kart World. I've had so much fun growing up with this game over the past 10 years. I'd like to rank it higher, but I can't. That's going to be it for this video. I can't thank you guys enough for all the love and support you guys have showed me. It genuinely means the world to me, and I can't thank you guys enough. And for the first time on this channel, I'm going to be setting a goal to hit 300 subscribers by the end of the month. I'm currently 25 away, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any more ranking videos. Until the next video, I love you guys. Peace.